As we come on the air this evening here in the U.S., dawn has broken on another new day in North Korea. And the world braces once again for the test of a North Korean medium-range missile that we've been expecting all week. But in an important new development tonight, China has agreed to step into the middle of all this to try to rein in North Korea's threats and its nuclear ambitions. That commitment came during a meeting with Secretary of State John Kerry. He's been hopscotching across Asia in an effort to dial back tensions. NBC's Andrea Mitchell is traveling with the secretary. She has more now from Beijing. Andrea, good evening.
Good evening, Lester. Secretary Kerry claimed success in getting China to join the U.S. and urging North Korea to be less belligerent. But China complained that the U.S. has been too aggressive in confronting Pyongyang. In Beijing, John Kerry tried to persuade China's President Xi Jinping to lean on his ally, North Korea, arguing that Pyongyang's erratic young leader is now threatening the stability of the entire region.
Mr. President, this is obviously a critical time with some very challenging issues.
In whirlwind meetings with all of China's top officials, Kerry won their commitment to get North Korea to abandon its threats and restart nuclear disarmament talks.
China is firmly committed to upholding peace and stability and advancing the denuclearization process on the peninsula.
Kerry claimed China's promise of joint action with Washington was unprecedented.
What we agreed to do is immediately bear down with further discussion at very senior level in order to fill out exactly what steps we can take together to make sure that this is not rhetoric.
But he also got a lot of pushback from the Chinese. China resents the administration's recent show of force against Pyongyang, the B-2 stealth bomber flyover, the F-22s, and missile defense systems on Guam, Japan, and on warships in the South China Sea. Kerry suggested if North Korea steps back from the brink, the U.S. would reconsider those missile defenses. Did you discuss with them also the possibility that some of the recent deployments of anti-missile defenses might be redeployed or stood down if Pyongyang were to change its behavior?
If the threat disappears, i.e., North Korea denuclearizes, the same imperative does not exist at that point in time for us to have that kind of robust, forward-leaning posture of defense.
Despite today's promises, experts doubt that China will really pressure North Korea, its neighbor and close ally, even as it grows increasingly frustrated with Kim Jong-un's threats.
They don't want to see North Korea collapse. And so for this reason, they'll push them a little bit, but they won't push the North Koreans hard enough in a way that would really help to reach a denuclearization outcome.
U.S. officials say that China is already tightening its purse strings regarding North Korea, but clearly not enough to get Kim Jong-un to end this crisis and back down. Lester?
Andrea, what does China see as its interest in helping to diffuse tensions?
China does want stability, and the argument here from Kerry to the Chinese leader, and he, as I say, met with everyone, including the Chinese president, the argument is that it is more destabilizing to go along with your longtime ally, North Korea. That is a bigger threat to this region than the American military presence that this has now invited. So China resents and resists and fears American force, wants that buffer of North Korea between China and the American allies of South Korea and Japan. But the argument now is that Kim Jong-un is so unstable that that is a bigger threat and that they should put up with America in order to get him to tone it down.
Andrea Mitchell in Beijing. Andrea, thanks.